What are your earliest memories of singing?
Oh my gosh, I remember being about like 8 or 9, standing in church. They would put me on like a chair so that people could see me. That's how like tiny I was. And singing and writing songs at like the age of like 8 and 9, songs that I had no business writing. But
What do you think the people at the office that you worked with, and they knew you every day, right?
Yeah.
One day you went on lunch break, you never came back, and then they see the music video. Talk to me about the break. What was it like? Was it refreshing? Are you feeling better after it? And why did you sort of step away from music for a bit?
Your mornings with Malume Tap.
Every Thursday we bring you an awesome guest, and this Thursday it doesn't get as awesome as this. The one and only Thabsie joins us in the studio. Morning, Thabsie!
hello, Uncle Tab.
Oh, you use it out? Now I'm Uncle Tab.
Pricey, mganami.
You see, when you bring people that call me by my ID book name. Live and direct all across the Northwest. Good morning, Tabs.
How are you?
Good, thanks. Look,
Pussy.
quick
Good
one
morning,
before we get into the
Thabsie.
big stuff. Little Birdie once told me about this song that you guys only released this thing of like 14 years after you recorded it.
I think like 3-4 years after we recorded.
Why?
Ask that guy.
Why
called
were you
Chris.
sitting
was
on it
his
for so
album.
long?
Look, I think he was in the process of creating and making an album, so the
I
body of
see.
work was still in its process. And then I think he released like 5 other singles before. So if you think about it, you know, this was probably one of the last singles he released from the album. So I needed to wait.
Listen, even all these years later, still goes in. All right, like I said, we're in the thick of things now. Your morning guest, we're live with Thabsie. Now, Thabsie, let's start right at the beginning. Are you, and I don't know this as a fact, but like, are you also one of those that started singing like when you were super young? And was it church?
Literal. Like, you really, like, that's it. I have nothing to say because you just told my backstory.
I wanna open like a Kerk record label and just go and fetch people at church.
You do so well.
What are your earliest memories of singing?
Oh my gosh, I remember being about like 8 or 9, standing in church. They would put me on like a chair so that people could see me. That's how like tiny I was. And singing and writing songs at like the age of like 8 and 9, songs that I had no business writing, but I remember
You
like
were writing songs at
I was
8.
writing songs at 8.
Did you
9.
ever release any of those?
No.
Do you still have your little book that you wrote in?
I remember some of them, but they were just like way beyond my years. Like I was writing about boys and being heartbroken, and I didn't even know what that meant. But yeah.
And then after school, what happened? You did banking, right? You were an
Yeah.
investment banker.
Yeah, I was. I mean, I just was a realist as well, and because I was singing from such an early age, I just felt like that's just something you do, not something you can do as a
It's a
career.
pastime.
Yeah, it's just a thing. So I studied finance, economics, and then I started working in an investment bank, and I think that's when I realized like,
Please tell us how you quit your job.
I didn't tell anyone, like no one. I didn't even tell my husband. I just wrote my resignation letter, handed it in, and then I went home and said, "Oh, babe, I did a thing today."
Wow.
So like I couldn't.
After the
hard.
fact.
Yeah.
So were you worried that he was going to talk you out of it?
No.
Okay.
I actually wasn't worried about him, but I knew that I wanted to pursue music and I wanted that to be my decision. So I didn't want to tell anyone. I didn't want to like have anyone deter me
Influencing
or
you
say do it,
and-
don't do it.
yeah.
So that if it worked out, it was on me. If it didn't work out, it was on me.
Still on
you know.
you.
So I just went and quit my job, and then a couple of months later, literally like 2 months later, we released Ngiyaz'fela Ngawe, and
Do you feel like
the
you had
rest
to
is
leave
history.
that job for you to be able to embrace your musical side?
Absolutely. I wanted to give it like my all because I was singing still. Like I was a backing vocalist in the industry, part time. I was doing stuff, but I just felt like I needed to give it everything. You know, to give it a chance.
What do you
to
think the
work out.
people at the office that you worked with, and they knew you every day, right?
Yeah.
One day you went on lunch break, you never came back, and then they see the music video.
Yeah, I got like a lot of messages from people in the office like, wait, what is going on? We didn't even know you could sing. We didn't know this was like your vibe.
Yes.
But I think that's the best way to do things in life. Just, you know, keep it
quiet.
keep very quiet and just
Because
do
while we're
the
chilling,
work.
having tea breaks, can't we are sitting with a superstar?
You
Hebana. You're not telling us.
At least they can say I was humble.
And you got married really young.
Yeah, yeah.
How old were you? You were
I
like
was
20.
21, 22 when I got
Ooh,
married. Yeah,
21.
Yeah, 22, somewhere around there.
So you'll be married a while.
Yeah, like.
I
10
gave
years now.
Thabsie a little bit of PTSD when I came to
You're
Credo because I'm dressed in my golf clothes and your husband's quite a big golfer,
Obsessed.
obsessed as well. So she was like, "Oh my God, you boys,
Like,
you're ready for
guys.
golf already."
Yeah.
Thabsie, at 21, what was
Yeah.
your idea of marriage? What did that look like?
I mean, I had a great example in my parents. My parents are still married to this day. They're like 45 years married. And also, I don't even think I thought of it as like marriage. I just found a really great person that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. And whatever that looked like, I was like, let's just go.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't focus on like the marriage part. It's just about the partnership and being with someone that you love.
Before we take an ad break, I want to bring it back to Ngiyaz'fela Ngawe. Apparently, when you originally wrote the song, like the hook and stuff, you wrote it in English.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Bryce.
Can we? I do my research. Can we get the lyrics? Like, can we hear it in English?
I remember. So the thing is, we didn't do a direct translation. I had written something totally different. So he had already written his verses, and you know the chorus was clear. And I came on with some R&B, like, oh, baby boy, na, na, na. And I was so confident walking into that studio. I was like, yo, I'm prepared. I've written the whole chorus. I walked in, I sang 2 lines, and Krista said, they didn't tell you that I want that in Zulu? And I was like, and I couldn't even like really like my Zulu's not great, so I was on the phone like, oh no, don't worry about it. Let me just quickly go and like.
Who did
call
you
my
call?
mom. I said, Ma, I'm gonna need you to translate some stuff.
Ma, I'm gonna sing to you. I need you to sing back to me in
tell
Zulu.
me how to say this in Zulu.
Do you still remember
we even called Yolanda. We called Krista's wife. She also like translated some stuff for us, so she kind of co-wrote on her own song. It was really crazy and really cool, and the studio session was really dope.
Do you remember
Chief
the
was
English
there as well.
lyrics?
No, I don't.
Because I was going to ask you to sing
I actually
for us.
really don't. I wish I had. I wish. I might, if like one of my old phones, I'll go look at my VNs. I might just find something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you might be asking yourself, what is this? This is amazing. It's brand new music, right? It's the new one from Thabsie. It's called Same Place. This comes after like I don't want to call it a hiatus because in my mind you're Thabsie. You've always been Thabsie.
Thank you.
You just took a little break from around like COVID time to now. What was we'll get to the song itself, but the break itself. Talk to me about the break. What was it like? Was it refreshing? Are you feeling better after it? And why did you sort of step away from music for a bit?
I mean, I think like with everyone else, COVID just was the first reason. You know, we all kind of slowed down from that. So I took my break initially because of COVID. And during COVID, I kind of found my love for content creation, you know. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a creative in other aspects too. So it was really cool. And that kind of took over for a bit. And I think it was really great for my brand and for growth and for diversification. So that was initially it. And then because like I hadn't been making music in a while, I was like, oh my gosh, how do I come back? Oh my gosh, will they still like my voice? Oh my God, do they care about what I want to sing?
Were you
still?
worried about what sound you were going to come back to?
Not-
because a lot has changed.
Yes,
you know.
absolutely. The entire landscape has changed musically, which I'm so proud of. I don't know how I would fit into that. Like, imagine me on a piano song. I can't even dance, Bryce. You know this. Like,
Girl, you can do it.
No.
so, but yeah, and I just kind of felt like, okay, cool. I was still making music in the 4 years that I was away. I wasn't not making. I just wasn't releasing. So I was honing my skill, trying to get better, and now I'm exploring like a different genre. Essentially, I wanted to come back a bit different, a bit grown.
Got a bit of an Afro.
Yeah, it's like
Afro
Afro
soundtrack.
R&B is what I kind of call it. Yeah.
Talk to me about the song. What's it about?
So Same Place basically explains why I took my break. Like being stuck in a space of, you know, fear, self-doubt, just like being content or complacent more than anything in the space that I was in. And I just wanted to kind of write a song that spoke about that and what that could look like for many different people. It could be like whatever your same place is, you know. So that's what the song is about. And I mean, Gonderera in Venda, Shona, Tsonga means like persevere, like Ngiyaz'fela. You will, you know, you'll come up and out of that.
What's the conversation you had with yourself throughout the break as you were transitioning from, okay, now let me take a little bit of a break from music and explore my other talents and creativity. And then, you know, I believe you then got to a point where you're like, I need to go back to music. I want to go back to exploring music yet again. How did you make that transition? What did you say to yourself? Because I can imagine it's difficult to put something on a break and to get back again. Because like you're mentioning, the self-doubt, the fear of whether you'll be accepted back again. Did you even fall off? You know what I mean? How did you have the conversation with yourself?
I think more than anything, my support system was what like really pushed me back into it. I think I was so comfortable with where I was at. And they were like, girl, you know, it's cute. You take cute pictures on Instagram, but that's not the thing. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we know you for. And you have an entire support system of listeners that love your music.
Yes.
So I didn't want to throw that away. And they were like, get back to it.
How many studio session calls did you ignore in those years?
I have ignored a lot of requests to be on piano songs. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I just was very fearful of like jumping into a genre that I wasn't sure of. But I think now that I'm back into it, I wanted to first come back as Thabsie, and I think then I'll be more open to like.
You know what? I just
features
want to say
and
it's a rap
collaboration.
life thing, Khosi. Okay?
Oh, my word.
It's the whole stable. It's not just her, it's the whole stable, right? Because I once sat down with Questa, and it was at the time that the piano wave was coming.
Yeah.
Like, we could see it. I'm talking like Bella Ciao times. And it was coming. And Questa also said, he's like, guys, I can't do a piano record because I can't dance.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, we
could
can't
you
dance
could get
at that, like-
animated music videos. You could go the whole gorillas route. You
And
don't
then
have
when
to
you're
be there.
performing the song,
Something Soweto. You something Soweto it.
Good example.
Something can't dance.
Good
the thing
example.
is, guys, I don't think you guys realize like there are different standards for female performers and male performers,
That's
and that's
true.
the honest truth. Like we have to put on a show, honey. We can't just get away with our vocals
What do
alone.
you make of like female DJs in particular nowadays
Love
that are
them.
going like it's a full on show,
Yeah,
but
I
there's more
love that.
dancing than there is mixing.
Ah.
No, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. There's more dancing
No
than
comment.
Ah.
You know what? I do feel like they are playing music at the end of the day. Like, what more can you really do to make it as exciting? Because I'm not a DJ, so I don't know what you need to be pressing and pushing.
It's
but
not much, eh?
exactly.
I won't
so,
lie to you, it's overrated.
Yeah, I'll give it to them. I'll give it to them for like, creating a show outside of
Yeah.
just pressing some buttons. I think it's great. I think it's great that they're kind of giving us show value and showmanship and like proper performances.
We love the girlies that are dancing. Man. They
Absolutely.
put
I
on
love
a show
it.
now, a proper show.
So same place, is it a single or
Yes.
is it part of something bigger? Please tell me this.
Yes, it's a single, but it's absolutely part of something bigger. I would not leave for like 4 years and not bring you guys a project. A full-on album is coming. It's in the works. It's almost done, actually. So
Could've taken-
early next
could've
year.
taken dance classes in those 4 years.
I'm actually going to dance rehearsal right after this. I'm not even joking.
like, what would you do?
I'm really going to dance rehearsal
Here's
after this.
another quick example. Like, you're one of the most awesome celebrities in the country. Let's say they call
thank
you
you.
for Strictly.
I'll do it.
You
I'll
see?
do it. I'll do it. But I'm now opening up. Like I'm
Okay.
I'm gonna be dancing in my music video, so I'm
Yeah.
going to rehearsals. I'm excited. I'm trying. I'm trying.
Awesome stuff. All right, Tabs, thanks for coming through.
Thank you,
When
guys.
can we expect something else?
So my next single is dropping February next year. Obviously, month of love. I'm a singer
Yep,
about love,
yep,
so
yep.
I need to give you guys something for that. And then the
Yeah.
album will be out around April.
And happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
When was your
And happy
birthday?
birthday to
5th
the
November.
station.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Happy
Was it the
birthday
5th
month.
of November?
5th
Yeah.
of November.
Happy birthday,
Thank
Tabs.
you. Thank you so much.
All the best. Send my regards and my love to the hubby.
I will.
And tell him we got to play golf soon.
Gosh, rolling my eyes. Okay, I'll tell him.